All right, welcome to this tutorial. We're going to talk about creating modules and the different ways that you can use modules to drive students through the course content the way that you want to drive them through. So first, a module is just a packet of content, and it can include assignments, it can include just basic content pages, it can include quizzes, it can include links to websites, lots of things. So it's just a great little package holder for all of those things. What you want to do when you're on a course is just click on the modules tab that's on the left side. And now you can see this course has a bunch of modules already. We're just going to create a new one. So you might not have anything in the test course. Of course, there's going to be lots of modules showing up as everyone's building them. But we're just going to click on this button at the top right that says Add New Module. And we're going to give it a name. And now we can make some decisions, or we can come back to these later. You can lock all of the content within the module until a given date. So whereas before you might have locked specific assignments or one or two assignments, now you can lock all of the content so that students can't access it until that date. And if I click that, then I can select the date on here. I'm actually not going to do that so that you can see it. Also, we can set up a prerequisite. Before students can view this module, we can add a prerequisite, and they have to complete a different module. Maybe they have to do the unit on colors before they can access the Hinsey module. I can also require students to move through the requirements in this module in sequential order. Now, moving through the module might mean that they're just clicking on the page. We can't really force them to stay on a page for any specific amount of time, but we can require them to move through the requirements in the order that we put the content in there. And I'm just going to add the module. Now, the module adds all the way at the bottom, and just for the ease of being able to see everything, I'm going to grab a hold of this. You see how I hover over that double ended arrow, and I can drag this now up to the top. So I can reorder my modules after I create them. This hide module contents that you see, this just is a viewing option. It doesn't hide the content from the students. If I hide the module contents, you see it just shrinks down what we're able to see in that module. And if I show the content, it shows it there. Okay. So I've created the module name. Now I need to start adding things to the module. If I click on Add Item to Module, I get this pop-up window, and I can select from a quiz, a file, a content page, a discussion, just a text header, an external URL, or an external tool. So let me show you how this works. First, we might have a page that similar to the page that you might have created before, where there's just content on it. It's not an assignment. So I'm going to add that item, and you see the little icon, it shows up as a page. Now maybe there's an assignment related to that content. So I'm going to click an assignment, and I would search through here to find that assignment. And now I'm also going to add, let's say, an external URL. I want students to go to uen.org and add item. And notice that it shows me a little globe for the World Wide Web. And let's add another item. Maybe there's a quiz now associated with this. And I'm just going to add that quiz. And I'm also going to add a file. So these are all of the files that I have uploaded. Okay, notice that this URL doesn't have a name. That's because I forgot to name it. So I'm going to click on the little pencil icon, and I can just now give that a name. Okay, so now it's there. I've got all of these items in the content, all of these items in the module. So what does it look like for the students? Well, if they click their view looks very similar to this. If they click on modules, they're going to see the modules just like this. And if they click on interactives, the first item in the module, now they get these back and forth buttons that you might have recognized, or the next and previous buttons that you might have noticed in some of your classes. If they click on this, now here's the assignment, and this assignment doesn't have any content in it, but let's see. The next one takes them to a website. So notice what happens. The website opens up right within Canvas. So I'm keeping my students within the Canvas shell, and they can still explore this website. They can do whatever it is that I need them to do, but it keeps them within the safe walls of Canvas. And then they can click to go to the quiz, and you can see that they just can use these previous and next buttons to work through the modules. I'm going to click on the modules button on the left to go back to that. Okay, so I did say that this has a prerequisite. Let's just make sure. So I'm going to hover over the module name and click on the pencil. And okay, this says that there is not a prerequisite, but I can use this module as a prerequisite for another module. So I need to define this module is complete when. What do I want them to do? Well, for that page interactives, they have to view it. And for the next item in the module, for the worksheet 3.5, they need to actually submit the assignment. For the website UEN, they need to view the item. And for the quiz, they need to score at least 15. Oh, there's only 2 points possible. They need to score at least 1 out of 2. And for the credit options page, they need to view the item. Now, I can make a requirement for every item in the module. Or maybe I just say, you know what, you just have to score at least 80% on the quiz. I don't care about the rest of it. So I can remove all of those and just say for the quiz, they need to score at least 1 out of 2. And I'm defining what it means to complete the module. Then I update the module. And now for week 1, I can add the prerequisite that you need to complete the Hintsy module before you can have access to the week 1 module. So notice, let me just refresh this page now. Notice that now on week 1, I show this prerequisite Hintsy module. If I want to remove that prerequisite, I just click the X and it will remove it. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about modules. If you have any questions, let me know and we'll see you in class.